And hello! Here we are, night number 2 of the, actually I guess it's night number 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, second round. I keep forgetting that we had a game on Saturday night. The Avs and Stars have already started their series. And then last night we had the Bolts and the Bees. They started their series. And then later last night, Vegas started their series. Not quite sure if Vancouver showed up or not. It's Hockey Now. Hockey Now Network, watching together. I'm Brian Sklover. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me for another riveting night of NHL action. Riveting. I am very excited for this. I have to be excited for this. As I shared with... No, we do not want to restart now. Don't restart right now. Please. As you well know, I'm Brian Sklover, by the way. Hockey Now Network. Hockey Now Net. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. There's the handles. Twitch.tv/Hockey Now Network.
Hit that subscribe button and smash that like button and do that.
Waiting for my friend Josh to jump on here. We got a bona fide Flyers fan waiting to come in. So that will be interesting. Also see if any of our Islander guys want to pop up in here. Actually, I think Josh is actually in Washington, D.C. But I think he's a Philly boy originally. Just got to check it. What's up, Aaron? Yeah, no, you see I got the chroma key going because this is a blue stripe. And then that's a yellow stripe. And then that's a purple stripe. And then a blue one again. Interesting, right off the bat, huh? So last night was a snoozer, dude. I mean, we had a great time. My buddy Eric, Shorty's Cards, shortyscards.com joined us, and we opened up a box of Upper Deck hockey cards. We saved the New York Rangers cards here. He left those and the Islanders cards here. So I have an Artemi Panarin, Tony DeAngelo, Phil Hedl, Ryan Strome, and Chris Kreider card here just to remember last night. But, yeah, so we had a good time last night. It was fun. And after the game, me and Elise were talking about it. She's like, well, the whole thing was pretty much about the opening the cards. And I was like, yeah, I know. Was that bad? She's like, no, the game was really boring. So it was a fairly uneventful game, just back and forth. And actually, it wasn't back and forth defensive efforts. It was just shut down. A lot of muddy play. It's what we've been talking about with these teams, right? The Eastern Conference teams, they're just playing this lockdown style. It's great for them. Defense wins championships. It's awfully boring for us. Like to see some goals. I mean, we saw 5 of them last night in the Vegas and Vancouver game. It's just that they were all for the same team, Vegas. They win 5-0. So, and it's weird because even though the Bolts and Bruins played to a 3-2 game, they had 5 goals of their own. I can't recall the goals. I think the Lightning got one late, right? Tried to make the comeback late. Nonetheless, tonight we talk about the New York Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers, and excited to see. Well, I hope we're not going to see more of that muddy hockey. That's Trots, right? That's the Trots style of play. He locks you down. He frustrates you. He's got an answer for last year, the Penguins, and this year, the Caps. But can he find an answer for the Philadelphia Flyers, who are the hottest team in the tournament right now? Josh and I were talking about that earlier. I'm going to see if everything's all good with Josh. We're up and running. Jump on whenever you're ready. So we were talking about, I talked to Josh earlier for a little bit, and I mean, the Flyers have been the best. I mean, it's hard to tell me a team who's played better than the Flyers have over the course of the last 24 days. I don't think they definitely didn't drop a game in the round robin. They lost 2 games to the Canadians, but the Canadians had that coach not here kind of effort. And then babe, are you doing something with sweet potatoes again? Smells like it. I'm not a big sweet potato guy, but I decided to indulge my wife and eat the sweet potatoes, and now I smell them. Give an inch, take a mile. I'll eat them, and now all of a sudden my house is filled with sweet potato scent. Is it Thanksgiving yet? So the Flyers, it's Carter Hart, right? I mean, the one game, and it shows the one game where he kind of had a meltdown. Actually, there were, the two games that the one game where he got replaced, that was fair to say a meltdown on his part, but he came back and pitched 2 shutouts the next 2 games. So he's definitely got it. He's definitely there. It's just very exciting, and the Flyers have been just playing well. Like Aaron just pointed out, they've been playing well for the last part of the season, whatever was left of it. So definitely excited to see what the Flyers put out there tonight. See what Kevin Hayes can do for the Flyers. See what Jake Voracek and Claude Giroux. You got to think that those guys are playing with another level just because this could be one of the last times for them to make a run at this. These are guys that are getting up there in age and in their careers. Let me see here now. Claude Giroux is 32 years old. See? Like 32. You're not getting very many more chances. Let's see what Voracek. How old is Voracek? Voracek is 31. Point being, these guys are just getting up there in age. The opportunity for them to be this close to the cup, they are one of the final 8 teams. You win this round, you're going to the conference. You're going to Edmonton for the bubble. You're going to play in the conference finals. And then once you get there, anything can happen. You win your series and you're right there. You have a hand on the cup practically. So we'll see if these guys can play with the effect of the fact that we're that close. Same for the Islanders. Maybe a little different because they're a little younger of a team. But when you talk about the guys who have been on that club for a long time, and you talk about are you ahead of me? I'm still on the anthems in here, babe. Okay. Just posting, here we go. Elise is very excited right now. We have an Islander scarf on our mantle. What? Why? No, I know why. Because it's too early for Halloween decorations. And she wanted some orange. I was like, okay, well, I'll deal with that. I can deal with that. Mommy's pacing the living room. She's doing like I do. I think Mr. Ian has some other ideas for you there, Petey. Ian, I want you to, dude, you got to jump on again soon. Or maybe like just come over and, like, my buddy was here last night, Eric. We were socially distant. He was over in the other part of the room. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now, we're talking about tonight's game, Flyers and Islanders. And talking about the Islanders, when you're talking about the guys who've been there for a while, you talk about the backbone, meaning that fourth line, Clutterbuck, Zizekas, and Matt Martin. And those guys have been playing together for many, many, many years. Those guys are getting up there in age. Boychuk and Leddy getting up there in age. There are younger players on that team that can carry this and be exciting. But still, you're one of the final 8. You're right there. It's a special circumstance tournament. You got to come out and play. You've got to come out and play. Yes, the Flyers are also orange. As you can see, there's way too much orange on the screen right now. I was going to wear red and blue. I didn't want to wear blue. I didn't want to wear blue. I don't want to be a homer here. Like the last time when Darren was on with us, where is Darren right now? Where is Darren? Get my Islanders fans on. They're look, it's all the teams that are left here. Even Vancouver last night, they got hosed. Walt, I don't know if you're here yet. They got hosed. But that doesn't mean that they're down and out. That doesn't mean it's the end of the tournament for them. There's plenty of time for them to turn this around and be able to advance. They have a hand on the cup. They're one of the final 8. You win this round, you're going to Edmonton. Anything can happen. In the words of the New York Lottery, hey, you never know. What's falling over here? All right. The teams are circling. And we're getting ready for game one. Flyers, Islanders from Scotiabank Arena in the Toronto bubble. Here we go. We are on our way. I've got 1955, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1950. And we'll check the forwards here. Never enough orange. There we go. Glad to have you here, Rob. We got Islanders fans and Flyers fans in the same room. Let's go, folks. Keep it classy, but don't. Petey, you keep it classy. I'm worried about my dog. He's the trash talker of the family. Did you see that? I don't know if Brew Shirts is on. He was texting me earlier today about Ryan Reeves and that smile that he was throwing at Roussel last night when Roussel was trying to get him to fight. But at the same time, like, Ryan Reeves understands it. His team's up 4 goals. He doesn't need to go out there and fight. What does he need to fight for? He doesn't owe favors. This isn't game 32 where some young kid's coming up through the ranks and you want to throw him a bone and drop the gloves with him. Again, Ryan Reeves has a hand on the cup practically. Why is he going to go playing something detrimental for his team? He's not. I really like Ryan Reeves. I like him. I also like him as a guy. Then again, most of you see the public persona and don't get the full picture, but we had him here in Orlando with the Solar Bears during the lockout, and he's just a really nice guy. So, Ian comes with do you know what the Islanders and the Titanic have in common? They both look good until they hit the ice. Oh, I got something for you there, dude. Yeah, rim shots all around. And Petey, is that why we ate sweet potatoes tonight? So we poop orange? I don't doubt it. We also ate asparagus, so I do love that odor from asparagus. I do. I mean, that's just me, but I love it. I love it. Before the end of the night tonight, let's talk about Steven Stamkos. Don Money sent me a little tip-off from his research that he's seeing in the internets and everything, and maybe some crazy things involving Stammer. I know this much. The Lightning power play definitely misses him. They miss him a lot. It's amazing how one player playing his position, working the cycle the way he does, or the way any one of them does, that they can have such an impact. But is that off? Oh, that was so offsides, Uncle Leo. You were very close. Carter Hart gloves it, and we're stopped 17:38 here. I don't know how to see that. Let me see if I can maybe. Who's Brady Trett? Oh, was that the bok? It's true. He's great. I don't mind him at all. I don't. He's a pest. If Vegas wins, ask me if they're going to miss him, if they're going to be upset about having him. They're not. They're going to realize how important he is. 17:25 here on the clock. 4, 3, 2, 1, 17:20. We're watching together. Hockey Now Network, thanks for joining us tonight. Some Tuesday night NHL Stanley Cup playoff hockey in August. Who would have thunk it? Pretty much exactly like Tom Wilson. That's why I'm thinking. I'm like, all these guys, I mean, like Tom Wilson, you think about Brad Marchand, you think about like when Sean Avery was in the league, you think about Wayne Simmons, you think about these guys that play that role. They're scrappy. They get to the front of the net. They're not afraid to drop the mitts and be physical if they have to. And that's what Ryan Reeves does. And he loves to chirp. Mr. Cravelicious, welcome to the show. Go Islanders. Never thought Rob would be involved with as much hockey as he is this offseason, but I am glad you're here. I think. Is that? Try that wrong. Might have had Josh at the wrong place. That might have been my fault. Oh, there he is. Yep. Hello, Josh.
Hello. Here I am.
How are you, man?
I'm good.
Listen, I did something for you before the show came on.
Yeah.
Just for you. Because when we talked earlier, you were like, you cannot put me underneath the Islanders logo.
Absolutely not.
Because originally the graphic looked like this, and he said, you put this on there, I'm dropping off. So I flipped it around. I already did that for you.
And it fits because that's the way it looks on the top of the screen during the game here.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Islanders on the left and Flyers are on the right.
That's right. The Islanders are the away team. They're wearing white, and they won't have the last option to change, of course. But that's really the only advantage.
Yeah. Well, what I love about the fact that they're in the bubble is when your team is the home team, the boards, the ads around the boards, are localized too. That's it. Like you see, like ads you would see at the Wells Fargo Center. I think that's really cool. So
that's part of the reason. I don't know if they're going to keep that through the finals. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, even though the NHL kind of takes over a lot of the boards by the time you get that deep in the playoffs. But that's another thing for the home team. The advantage is you get to put those boards on there and make some money for the club. I mean, that's advertising money that they lost also with those 10, 12 games at the end of the season that got nixed off. So,
which is why I'm sure that's why they're doing that now, is just to kind of recoup any of that money that they've lost.
Absolutely. So, Josh, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell us, tell me why are you a Flyers fan?
Flyers fan. Well, you see, in Philadelphia folklore, you don't become a fan. You're born into that. You don't choose. It chooses you. Philly sports.
Is that your excuse? You had no choice. You had to be a fan.
Listen, I was born in 1978, and that was only 3 years removed from their second and most recent Stanley Cup championship.
Right.
So I haven't really seen anything my entire life, but you're just kind of born into it. It really does happen that way. My daughter, the first 4 words I said to her when she was born was Flyers, Sixers, Phillies, Eagles. So
I thought you were going to say Eric Lindros is a
whoa. But I don't
big start there for the Islanders. A goal here, 13:54 into the first. Shot comes from the point. Looks like it's from Andy Green, another guy I was talking about earlier. I don't know if you heard the beginning of the show, but some of these guys on both clubs, I was talking about Voracek and Giroux at the Flyers. They're both in their 30s. Look at Andy Green. Andy Green comes over from the Devils, I think, last year as a journeyman veteran kind of presence. Scores a big goal here, right at the top. And I think that went right through.
It did go right through.
That went right through, no tip or nothing. Wow.
Nope. Hart just
Islanders with an early lead. That's all right though. So, sorry, it just happens that way.
It's early. It's only
very early.
7 minutes into the game. It's okay. It's not a big deal. No, but yeah, for real. You're born into it. Philadelphia is very passionate about their sports. If you're a fan of a New York team or a certain Dallas football team, we kind of don't like you. So, I mean, look at my shirt. Look at the shirt I'm wearing. It says, guess what? We don't like you either. And it's from the 2012. It says at the bottom. It says Flyers at the bottom there.
Is that nice?
From the 2012 playoffs when they played Pittsburgh, when what's his face, Scott Hartnell, and then that was the big that when he was acting like Hulk Hogan and Sidney Crosby, we don't like you, and we're like, well, we don't like you either, so F you. And so they made these awesome shirts, and I've had it ever since, and I love it. But being a Philly sports fan, it's a very disappointing thing, but it has its rewards at times. So
sure. Well, it's
great. F the Penguins. That is true.
I'm on board with that too. I feel like that the culture that comes with some of these big cities, like even for New York sports, right? Like the Yankees have been dominant. The Giants had their Super Bowls. The Knicks haven't done anything. I mean, I don't even know. I couldn't tell you anything about the Knicks right now. Nets, etc. The Devils had their Stanley Cups. The Rangers won in 94. But even though there's droughts or you don't have constant championships,
Mm-hmm.
there's still something about being a part of that whole culture of the sports in the city that it's rewarding enough that if there's no trophies to show for it, you still enjoy it a lot by the end of the day.
I just had a discussion about that the other day with somebody, and we said, it was my cousin, because he's a big Sixers fan, and not that I'm not a Sixers fan, but I follow the Flyers more than I do the Sixers. And
Right.
The Sixers had just lost the other day; they were eliminated from the playoffs, and he said at least the Flyers and the Eagles are consistently good, even if they lose.
Yep,
they're consistently good. The Phillies, they come and go.
Right.
Sixers haven't been good in 20 years. And that's a problem.
Allen Iverson, right? That was last...
The 0-1 finals was the last time they were there. Yeah. And they haven't done shit since then. Excuse the language. They haven't done anything since then.
Hockey language. Let me make sure I get you may encounter hockey language.
You will. Right.
Banner.
and the problem is that the teams, they don't always win the championships. And I kind of like it that way. Like, I look at Boston sports and I think, screw you. You guys won Super Bowl and Stanley Cup and the World Series and the NBA title, like literally all in one calendar year. Like, you don't let other people have a chance. And I get they do what they do, but
no, you're right. I'm with you 100% on that, without a doubt.
Listen, it's been 10 years since I've seen the Flyers play in a Stanley Cup final. So it's not like it's fresh. It's not like it's 2 years ago. 10 years.
Yeah. And it gets tough, and it's going to get tougher. We talk about the young players on the Flyers that we see Provorov going back now. Carter Hart's there. Felipe Myers, that solidifies the back end. Shane Gostisbehere, some of the other younger players that are there. But then you have to look at your division and look at what else is happening in division. You look at the I don't know if anybody heard this or not. Guys, did anybody hear that the New York Rangers won the draft lottery and the rights to draft Alexei Lafreniere? Anybody hear that?
I think I heard.
You might have heard something about that. But
yep.
You've got the Islanders in the division and the Rangers in the division who are both on their way up. You got the Devils who are going to put it together at some point, and then you got Carolina and Columbus who are also on the way up. So it becomes just as hard as any other time, because all of a sudden the other teams in your division you're going to have to go through,
right?
And it's going to make it that much harder. And that's a lot of the problem that the Flyers have had over the course of the years. I mean, Pittsburgh, for the last 10 years, Pittsburgh and Washington own the division.
Oh, always. Yeah.
So, and that's just
another goal there. Jeez.
What's that?
I thought we were going to get another score there from the Islanders.
Let me get here's Kevin Hayes in on a break.
Wait.
Big stop, Varley.
No score.
I got 12, 25, 24,
I'm
3.
I'm about 2 seconds behind you.
Okay, cool.
22, 21, 20.
Perfect. Close enough. Not bad.
Now, did you bite your lip like I just did? Because then we'd be right in sync. So,
When did what happen, Rob? Are you talking about the Rangers winning the number 1 draft pick and the rights to draft Alexei Lafreniere?
A buddy of mine he swore up and down, "Oh, Penguins are going to get it." I said, "Penguins aren't going to get it. The Penguins that's why they lost in the playoffs, because they are going to get that number 1 slot." So they're not going to get it.
Everyone thought it was going to be either Pittsburgh, Edmonton, or Toronto. Those were the 3. It's got to be one of those.
Well, the funny thing is the Knicks, the Knicks are to get number 1 of the draft lottery in the NBA.
Yeah,
that would have been interesting if they did, because of the Rangers.
That would have been a lot of fun. That'd be very interesting.
We don't care about New York. Don't care about New York. Minnesota ended up getting that. Not that it matters to hockey, but whatever.
No, we talk all kinds of sports here. Oh, so Rob, so the draft lottery happened, and 8 teams that lost their quarterfinal. You're just being a jerk. I'm explaining it. I'm not trying to be an a-hole here. We got 11:30 here on the clock. 29, 28.
Yeah, I'm 2 seconds behind.
11:25. You live in Washington, right?
It's between Baltimore and DC. It's suburban. It's technically suburban Baltimore, but
okay. I think Aaron, where are you, Aaron? I know Aaron's in the Washington area. We have a couple guys that are up in that direction. How long you been in that area?
15 years. It'll be 16 in November.
Yeah. You like it up there?
It's not bad here. It's a little expensive, but it's nice. I'm not in a bad area or anything, and it's good schools for my daughter. So
yeah,
and I can get some awesome
just out of touch
cashews from
what do you snack? Oh, those aren't you're not eating a Philadelphia themed snack for the game?
I thought about it, and I never made it out to the supermarket today. And, kind of on a diet, so I didn't really want to get my cheesesteak or my hoagie. I was going to get a hoagie, but you don't know what a hoagie is, do you?
I am, as a big guy, I am familiar with any of the names for large.
Hello, big guy.
Hero, Sub, Grinder, Hoagie. We have Wawa here, so
right. You have that's right. Yeah, I forgot you have Wawa down there.
Yep, we got a lot of them. A lot.
Wawa's good. Wawa's good for late night drunk snacks. I will admit.
Sure is. And especially in Florida, like I grew up in New Jersey, right outside New York. So you could go to a corner store and get an egg sandwich, like just egg on a roll, and that's it. And there was nowhere to get it until Wawa came around. So that's usually like when I'm done PAing a game for the Solar Bears and I hit Wawa for a snack, I always get an egg sandwich. It's like being up at home.
I am drinking Trader Joe's organic iced tea, though. So shout out to Trader Joe's.
There you go. 10-10 here. Next stoppage should be a TV timeout. We haven't had one of those yet. Islanders they're playing with pace. Outside of that Kevin Hayes chance for the Flyers, haven't really seen them being able to grab control. But again, it's 10 minutes in, trying to find their footing.
This is what happened against Montreal when they won 5-0. This is exactly what Montreal did to the Flyers. They were all over them from the start. Because this is 3-0 before the end of the period. Flyers are going to win this game. No way.
It's Barry Trots. He knows what to do. He makes his team play however he has to. Yeah, they're not having any luck keeping it in there even.
I'm not going to say anything about Barry Trots.
No, share your thoughts on Barry Trots.
No, I mean, listen. Cool. You got that Stanley Cup 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Don't treat the Islanders like they're the 18 Caps. Don't do that. Just like I don't know. He should have stayed in Washington. It annoys me. I know that's not his fault. I know that's Leonsis' fault, but still.
They weren't going to put the money out there for him that he deserved.
And I don't know. I feel like he seems bitter, so he's just like, oh, I got to win with another team to prove my point to my old ball.
Fair enough, maybe. I think they also want to have, like you win with a team like Quenneville right now in Florida with the Panthers. Like he wants to win another cup just to be able to win with multiple teams. But yeah, it's always kind of confusing why you're in such a perfect situation. Like why can't you just find a way to make all this work? But money's the deciding factor in most things.
So, money is a funny thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Who is your first favorite hockey player that you can remember?
I mean, I have to say Bobby Clark because, well, when you're a kid and you get your two front teeth knocked out,
yeah,
it's a rite of passage. It's a rite of passage in Philadelphia to have your parents go, oh, "You look like Bobby Clark."
Nice,
you're right. My daughter, so I'd have to say Bobby Clark, but the first one that I actually remember because I didn't see Bobby Clark play. He was already done playing by the time I remember it.
Eric Lindros.
No, I'd have to say Rick Tocchet first.
Nice, Rick
Tocchet. My sister loved him, and him and John LeClaire and that whole Eric Desjardins, that whole group of Flyers. That was the one I remember the first.
Was that the 97 team that went to the finals?
There was the late 80s team I remember. It was the 90. What 90? I don't think it was 97. No,
97. Yeah,
97.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep, that's it. Yep. They made. They've lost. Sorry, Josh, for reading verbatim from Wiki, but the Flyers were founded in '67 and won consecutive Cup championships in '74 and '75. Yep. The first expansion team to do so. The team had since lost in 6 returns to the finals in 76, 80, 85, 87, 97, and 2010. Now, let's see. I want to see this roster that they were sporting in 97. Hextall and Garth Snow.
Yeah, I remember Garth Snow. Yep.
Chris Terrian, Peter Spavoda,
Terrian.
Carl House, Shel Samuelson. Dude, Shel Samuelson.
Damn, I remember that.
Dude, that guy was big, tall defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Desjardins.
Johnny
Nienema, I think Nienema. And Paul Coffey was there. Shit. Dennis Zubris, LeClaire, Pat Falloon, Rod Brindamore, Dale Howard. Chuck just lost there.
It was a good team.
Really great. Sean Podine, John Drews, Joel Otto.
All of the teams, all the Flyers teams that have gone to the finals have been really good teams. That 2010 team was really good.
Oh, yeah.
And I really think they should have. I hate woulda, coulda, shoulda. I hate it. But they should have won. They should have won. They lost on a fluke goal in overtime. It was heartbreaking. It was really heartbreaking.
That's tough to watch, huh?
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. That and Joe Carter's 93 home run. Those two. I don't want to think about those.
Aaron Asham, Blair Betts, Brian Boucher, Daniel Briere. Yeah, Dan Carcillo, Jeff Carter, Braden Coburn.
Yep. Danny Briere and Jeff Carter were like the biggest stars on that team. Like everyone loved them. Loved them.
Hartnell, Ian LePerriere, Michael Martin, Billy Lino, Chris Pronger. Yeah. James Van Reeves. Like, damn.
Was Roenick on that team?
Roenick was not on that team. I think he was already done by then.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he was done early 2000s.
Fuck
wow. You may encounter hockey language. Beware. They're showing pictures of the new UBS Arena in Belmont Park. That place is going to be beautiful. I was talking to my wife about it. I think the NHL tried as hard as they could to add another team into the metropolitan area, just closer to city center in New York, but it just didn't get I don't know if you've ever went to Barclays Center for an Islanders game, or
I never have, but I've seen it so many times on TV.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Look, they didn't expect it to be a hockey arena. It was never set up to be that way.
Exactly.
But there was a car. Like, I remember watching it. There was like a car behind. Like, what is a car doing in there? And then the one view I saw pictures of it. If you were on the second level and you look down, you couldn't see the goal.
Yeah, you couldn't. I mean, if you were in that front, like above where that shelf was, where that Honda was, you had to be leaning up and forward. I went to one game. We saw the Caps play there. It was an overtime game. I kept making fun of the scoreboard. I think I said the scoreboard's offsides like 10 times to my wife. I nearly got left in Brooklyn. And then, listen, to be fair also, though, at Madison Square Garden, there's a lot of sight lines that are tough. Like with these new amenities, you're not really supposed to. The idea is not that you're sitting back in your chair. It's that you're on the edge of your seat and, trying to follow the puck and look around. If you sit upstairs in the Garden and you're just sitting back in your chair, you're only seeing the red line and beyond. So,
by the way, that UBS Arena where it's located that's a great spot.
Oh yeah, it's really right on the highway,
right in the middle there.
Right on the highway, right next to Belmont. They're building train infrastructure for that, which is, just great for the area. It's huge.
Nobody likes going to Nassau anyway, so.
No one liked what?
No one liked going to Nassau anyway. I was invited once to see a wrestling event in Nassau Coliseum, and I turned it down because I refused to go to that dump. It's WWF at Nassau is just like that in the Garden, and I've seen numerous WWE shows at the Garden. I will not go to Nassau.
Well, since the renovation, it's gorgeous. I don't know if you've seen pictures or have seen anything about it, but the renovation that they did there is both inside and out. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Wow.
It's a unique rink. Carter's there. And who's that? Is that Jordan Eberle there with Justin Braun getting tangled up there? Start to see some physicality here shortly. TV timeouts are stacked up, so we'll probably get another one here. Darren, how am I sending you the link? I forget how I sent it to you. If I sent it in, I forgot how I sent it to you. I feel like I sent it in Messenger. I actually realized something, Josh. Like, I have something that I want to show you.
Okay.
I'll have to get it here in the intermission, but especially, I mean, a lot of you, Sil, you'll love this one. You'll know exactly where this is from. But my pop, I don't even want to tell you. Actually, is today his birthday?
August 24th?
Hold on. Hold on a second. All right. So it's Darren, please, you can't bring that in here right now. You can't bring comments like that on here right now. It's not that. No, so my hockey background, my dad worked in the NHL for 26 years in the New York City area.
Right.
So he transported the visiting team's equipment. So if a team came to the New York area, he would go to the airport, pick up their gear, and then take it to Madison Square Garden or Brendan Byrne Arena or Nassau Coliseum, depending on who's playing where. So he got really friendly and just came across a lot of, I had some cool experiences. I was in the Garden when the Rangers won the cup and blah, blah, blah. But some of the sticks that my dad collected over the course of time, and one that came back to me that my dad gave my grandfather, and then before my grandfather passed, he gave me this stick. It's, I want to just show you. Actually, I can't wait. I'm like a giddy little boy. I got to go get it right now. Stay there.
If you hear me scream, you know why.
All right. I'm going to keep the headphones pointed out so I can hear. This is going to be worth it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Hey, what's up? Green screen. Come on here. Josh, you got me all flustered, dude. My professionalism is off now that I've got an actual fellow broadcaster. My shit's all falling apart over here. All right. So, let me fix that. Let me pull that up. All right, I'll fix that in a sec. There it is right there.
Did I say Bobby Clark on it?
Bobby Clark, number 16.
That is fantastic. That is amazing.
That's it's not signed or anything. I'm sure a young Brian used this stick on the street like a schmuck when I was a kid. But before my grandfather passed, he handed this off to me. This one and a Jean Potvin stick that my dad gave to him.
That's amazing.
But you were mentioning Bobby Clark. I was like, shit, I have a Bobby Clark stick. There's no way for me to prove it, but the people that know, the people that understand. Thanks, babe. Appreciate you. My producer, my wife. I'll fix the green screen there. I had to go grab.
They can't get a goddamn shot off.
Nothing. 3 shots on goal for the Flyers so far. Is that what I'm seeing?
Looks like it.
That's not going to be good enough.
Whoops. Sorry.
Right. Was that your game audio?
Didn't mean to hit that. I know you can't. I know you can't. You can't have video. You can't have audio. So I don't want you to get.
Are you using that site?
I am.
That site's pretty badass.
That site, yes.
That site.
We won't talk about what it is, but that site.
Way
to be cool about it. Cool, bro.
Are you that site?
Hey man, you got the stuff? You got the good stuff?
So see, Aaron knows that site is impressive. He doesn't know which one it is yet. Are you gonna be okay if we bring an Islanders fan on here with us?
I can't promise, but we'll do what I'll do my best.
I can't promise that he's gonna be kosher. Well, I can promise he is kosher, quite literally.
So it is my birthday, and we would love an Islanders win on my birthday tonight.
Yeah.
But can I just say that the Flyers by far have the ugliest sweaters in all of hockey?
The ugliest?
Oh my God. I had I can't curse, right? I had a poop towel that was a nicer color orange than their sweaters.
Come on, Darren. You gotta be
It's so
Darren,
ugly.
this is Josh. Josh, this is Darren. Darren used to do radio here in Orlando with me, and now he's in Dallas.
Josh, good to meet you, my friend. Good to meet you.
You too, buddy. You too.
One of my best friends is a Flyers fan. This is where the rivalry gets going, man. Like the Capitals, it's not really a rivalry. No. This is where we get serious, guys. Round 2, Islanders, Philly, New York, Philadelphia. This is where it gets freaking real.
Okay, I get it. I thought you were saying the Islanders and Flyers were rivals, and I was like, outside of the 1980 Cup goal, what's the rivalry between the two teams? But then you mentioned New York.
Well, that's because the Flyers have been so bad for so long. The rivalry got stale.
Hey, they went to the final.
The Islanders were pretty bad for a while, too. Let's be honest.
Oh, they were. Yeah, no one's denying that.
I mean, come on.
There's a reason we were left with John Tavares to begin with.
I lived through many horrible years.
I've never even seen my team win a cup, so there's that. So I'll wait. I'll keep waiting as long as I need to, as long as I don't die.
I don't think Darren's how old? What year were you born?
Well, I was 5 when they won their last one.
Oh, okay.
I do remember sitting in front of the TV and watching it, but I don't remember it like you would as an adult.
Right.
It would be the greatest. I mean, honestly, I don't even think that I could. I don't think my heart could take a Stanley Cup Finals. If I did make it through unscathed and not have a heart attack, I think it would be the greatest moment of my life. I'm not ashamed to admit, greater than seeing my son born.
Yeah, Darren, I agree with you. As an Eagles fan, 2 years ago was the greatest moment of my entire life. And I said to my daughter, "I love you, but this is greater than what happened March 2009." I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing, and the reason is because like everybody has a freaking kid. You know, it's like it's not that special having a kid. Like it was for us because we went through many years of IVF, and it was very difficult to have our son. But it's still a very human, natural thing, right? But winning a Stanley Cup or winning a football championship, or we have no control of those things. But you know, I can procreate.
Right.
Yeah. I have control of that.
Kind of.
I mean, there's medicine you could take, Brian, if you need.
Sure. Yeah. No. You hear that, babe? You taking notes? Darren knows a good medicine I can take. I wanted to ask both of you guys because you both are. Darren's a Giants fan, and Josh with the Eagles. Do you think that the Stanley Cup would be better than winning a Super Bowl?
Let Josh answer that first.
You know, football's my first and foremost, Brian. I excuse me. I adore football more than any other sport in the world. And baseball and hockey are very, very, very distant second. But waiting 41 years to see a Super Bowl, a Super Bowl parade, to get myself a replica ring that I've seen so many of my friends that are Giants, Cowboys, Redskins, Patriots, Steelers fans. You know, look how close we are to Boston and Pittsburgh and Washington and New York. To see all of my friends my entire life just talk about how great it is to be a Super Bowl champ. You know, cool. The Rangers won the cup in '94, and the Caps never won before. And yeah, the Penguins won a cup. Whatever. It's the Penguins. Whatever. Penguins are not the Dallas Cowboys or the New York Giants or the Washington Redskins. Sorry, Washington football team. And at this point, they could win the Stanley Cup this year. And don't get me wrong, I'll be super excited, but nothing compares to getting that Vince Lombardi trophy. I don't care. And Darren, as a Giants fan, I know you know that feeling, as there are only 2 quarterbacks that have ever beaten Tom Brady in a Super Bowl. And our team's got him. And that's it.
It's really tough. And before I answer, I want to get synced up with you guys. Where are you at, Brian?
I'm at 218 right now with the puck stopped.
Okay, we're synced up. So
it looks like Matt Martin and Casey Cizikas and Clutterbuck are out there pushing bodies around, so they're waking up. And
it's a really tough question, because I feel like I would give up both 2007 and 2011 Giants championships for an Islander Stanley Cup.
You would trade those for a cup?
I think I would. Now, but with that said, I experienced 1990,
Mhm.
right? So I wasn't an adult, but I was old enough to have lived through a Giants championship and understand it and the magnitude of it and see that parade,
Sure.
in Times Square. And yes, dude, 2007, 2011 were like, and Brian, I knew you back then. I was in Vegas for the first one.
Yep.
I was in Chicago for the second one. And I was on the floor crying.
Yeah.
But the Stanley Cup,
it's just special, man.
it's really special. And it's the hardest, I do believe it's the hardest trophy in all of sports to win.
Do you subscribe to that, Josh? You believe that?
I was just thinking this as Darren was saying it. You had 1990. There's 3 Super Bowls,
Right.
that you could easily trade one in and say, "Give me a Stanley Cup."
And don't forget 86 too.
Oh yeah, right. I don't even have that luxury. I have 1 Super Bowl,
Right.
2 World Series, 2 cups, and 2 NBA titles. Like
Right.
The Phillies just won the World Series recently, right?
the Phillies won in 08.
The Phillies won in 08. Right.
They
Right.
haven't been
It's going to be
no.
different. It's going to be different for every fan, depending on their situation and who's won when.
Right.
But I just believe that this is the hardest tournament in all of sports.
It
I'm
is.
not taking anything away from football and how hard it is to win a Lombardi. Like Stanley Cup.
Yeah. It's you have to have 16 wins, but like Aaron is saying, the Cup is harder to win than the Super Bowl because to win the Super Bowl, in essence, you could win 3 games. If you get a bye, you're getting 3 wins. You need to win 16 games. And listen, if the Islanders win or one of the qualifying round teams win, they would have had to win 19 games.
Right.
So you've got to have some consistency. It's really, it's.
Well,
Plus,
technically the Flyers went 3-0, in that round robin.
Round robin, right.
They weren't.
Yeah. I can give you that. They weren't eliminated.
Let's not forget the Giants. I think both times won as a wild card.
I think they did.
That is correct.
And
they were on the road. The last time they were on the road the entire time. I guess they'd have to be on the road the entire time if they were wild card. But
they got hot.
Winning.
I'm the first to say that the Giants got hot at the right time for both of those championships, and that's football.
Yeah.
But you can't do that in hockey. You can't just get hot. Like you have to have a consistent.
Well, you got to get hot in March. You got to get hot in March and ramp up to it, and then keep that. Because look what happened with the Blues last year. They were dead last at the turn of the calendar year, and then they started building momentum, and they got hot in March. And then, we all know what happened last year.
Right.
The Flyers were a hot team in March.
Oh, we got a penalty coming up here.
All that to say, though, I want a cup so badly. I think I would trade my. I'd keep my kid, but I'd trade my wife in.
You're very willing to dismiss it for a championship, Darren.
I'd give a lot up for a cup. Name some things to give up for a cup, and I'll tell you if I would do it.
Kidney.
Yes.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I only have 1, so I can't do that.
Okay.
100%. Yes.
What's that?
100% yes. Keep
Okay.
going.
Your life savings.
Oof.
Yeah. See? Yeah. That's tough. Materialistic things are tough, but money.
What would you rather have? Would you rather have a Mets World Series or an Islanders Cup?
Oh, Islanders Cup.
Really? Easy?
Yeah.
Well, the Mets are never going to win the World Series, so you can just stop
The Mets are a disgrace. Yeah. I don't think I'd give up my life savings. No.
And it's the end of the first period. The score: the Islanders won, and the Flyers nothing after 1. Flyers kind of. No, you're good. Josh has the same road board that I do, so we may get some double. We'll get some double sound effects on there.
I'd give up a testicle.
Okay, that's fair. That's
one,
fair.
just one.
Just one.
Okay, the one that works.
Sure.
Do they both work? Well, we don't need to.
They both work. They both work. But if only one was working, I'd give up the other. Sure.
Well,
yeah. See, we don't just talk hockey here, Josh. It just goes anywhere.
We talk testicles. That's fine.
Yeah, we're going nuts, quite literally.
Testicle talk with Josh, Brian, and Darren.
How old were you, Brian, when the Rangers won in '94?
I was 12 and a half years old, 12 and a half and a week.
So it's different when you're a kid as an adult because you don't feel the pain like you do as a kid. You have so much going on.
Maybe. But here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this picture right here. And this picture right here is my dad, who is up at the Sky Rink, the GM up at the Sky Rink right now. And that's him at 8 years old, about to go to Madison Square Garden 3 or Madison Square Garden 2, whichever one was the previous garden.
Mm-hmm.
He was born into a Rangers legacy. Now, his father, my grandfather, was very probably at the 1940 Cup. Like, when he won it. Very probably. Like, some of our conversations in family, like, yeah, we had my family legacy, the Sklovers. We've been about hockey for well over half a century. So it's very possible that they were there. They definitely had season tickets around this time, when my pop was going to games. So I felt his pain, and I was in the Garden, and dude, listen, you play enough games against the Islanders and the Devils and the Flyers and really anybody in the division, and you hear 1994 long enough, and it starts to hurt. It starts to sting you also, the way it's like, oh my God, shut the fuck up already about it. But like my dad and my godfather, two guys as big as I was, seeing them run full speed, and I'm telling you right now, I saw my dad run once in my life. And it was to embrace my godfather when the Rangers won the cup. Mm-hmm. It was, so I could feel it. It resonated. We all understood what was going on there. But I was also 12 and a half. It's not like because I was alive when the Islanders won the cups. Mm-hmm. But I don't remember any of those. But it is, the heartbreak is part of it. But I think that as a kid, it means a lot when you're an adult. It means a lot anytime. But when you're a kid and you get to enjoy it, because it's just, you don't have to wait that long for it.
But think of those god awful, disgusting Yankee fans. I mean, they don't know what winning is.
Right.
They don't have that pain. So all the kids we grew up with that were Yankees fans, it was like winning was normal for them.
Right.
So now if they win a championship, it's no big deal. Like if the Islanders win a cup, I could die happy. I mean, sure, I won't get to see my kid grow up and graduate high school and get married, but who gives a shit? I'm dead. The Islanders won a cup.
Josh, are you willing to trade what he's willing to trade for this?
I thought about that for many years prior to the Super Bowl.
Come here.
And like Darren said, I can die a happy man. The Eagles finally won a Super Bowl. I don't know if they're going to win another one. To be honest with you, I don't think they will. I'm going to be honest. If they do, great. If they don't, the only thing about the Stanley Cup that I really can't think of trading anything in. But I have two cousins who are about 10 years older than me, 10 to 12 years older than me. Mm-hmm. They saw them win back in the 70s.
Okay.
And it's like I want that. I want to be able to see one championship from the Flyers.
So here's what I'm willing to trade. I'd trade him.
Yeah, good idea. Very good idea.
I'm willing to trade you for an Islanders championship, okay?
So what would you trade for an Islanders championship?
What would you trade? What would you give up for an Islanders championship? For them to win the big trophy, which is called the Stanley Cup, what would you be willing to give up? What about your Hot Wheels?
Yeah.
You give away your Hot Wheels?
No.
No?
Because I love it.
You wouldn't give up your Hot Wheels City for an Islanders Stanley Cup?
No, I don't want to keep up from anything. Because I all like it. Because I like all the things.
What about Buzz Lightyear?
No, he's still.
No, you can't trade.
Because he can fly in wings. The only one is all the.
Yep.
It's
Get that kid a cup.
The baby.
Well, Elise is ready. Elise is ready to take him here in Florida.
Okay, we got it. He would give up his toy fire truck. Okay.
Great price. I think you can give that up.
Okay.
Do you know that? How bad on a scale, or how bad do you think your dad wants to see his team win the Stanley Cup?
How bad do you think I want to see the Islanders win? Do you think it's the most important thing in my life?
Yep. I'm trying to get.
For sure.
He just mic dropped you too and walked away.
All right. Are you taking an intermission break?
I didn't think about it, but I guess we could. I was going to bring in Sil, and Sil could talk about his Stanley Cups, but the Montreal Canadiens and their history, we would probably be here for an hour or two.
20. Yeah, you mean the 24 they won in the last century? Why not? I mean, for sure.
It was that long ago.
Oh yeah, I mean it was that long ago.
It was 93 was the last one. I think I will. Josh, we usually take just step away for a couple.
Fine. It's fine. I gotta drain the hose. So
All right, cool.
We'll be back. Should I just leave this open?
Daddy.
Or
You
should I come back?
Yep, leave it there. I'll take everybody out of the screen and get everything going, and we'll go from there.
Okay,
Awesome.
cool. We'll see you next. See you in the third, right?
Well, the second. Oh, are you going to be telling me about the the third? Wait, what?
Are we? I mean, I totally lost it. I mean, I wasn't watching hockey. You know what? I actually was on my couch, and then I started watching TV, and I took a gigantic nap.
Okay.
So right now, I got like woken up by a beep on my phone, and here was my friend Brian sending me a link. So I just woke up. So is it second, third period? I don't know. I'm just joining you guys.
It's the first intermission. It's the first intermission. We're going to take a break. We're going to stretch our legs, and we'll come back for the second, if that's cool.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. All right, guys.
See you
Well,
guys in 20 minutes.
I'll clear the studio out, and we'll come back here for the second period. Let me get my music set to go here. Excited. Love having guys in here with us. Love being able to watch this together. I click on this, and then come to music. Where's my music beds? I'll do with that, and I'll do with this. Drag them in. We got some music going there for us. Have some stats up on the screen. 1-0 Islanders. They'll be on the power play when we return here for the second period. It's Hockey Now. At Hockey Now Net for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And please keep in mind, twitch.tv/Hockey Now Network. Quality's a little bit better. You get to stream a little bit quicker. Whatever it is. Thanks for tuning in with us. Oh, I'm back. Hold on. Not for long. Looks like we're getting ready to come back here for the second period. We're watching together Hockey Now Network at Hockey Now Net, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And, of course, the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Hockey Now Network. Tell them, Andrew.
Hit that subscribe button and smash that like button and do that.
Some headlines around the league from today. We'll get to those here in just a moment, but let's get ready to get back into second period here. And we're off and we're running. Thank you, Fader, for fading like you were supposed to. I've got 1953, 52, 51, 1950 on the clock, and we're watching together. Let me bring the guys back in here.
Yeah, I'm about
Aaron,
10 seconds ahead of you or so.
You're about 10 ahead of us?
1935.
All right. Yeah, we're at 39, 38, 7, 6, 5. So it's not too bad, I don't think.
Yeah, about 5 seconds away here.
Couple things I saw in the intermission. Bad news for the Avs. They're going to be without Philip Grubauer and Eric Johnson. Both of them are out indefinitely, so that's going to hurt the Avs big time. That team was doing really, really well, but taking Grubauer out of the equation is not going to help them out. Not sure how prepared Francouz is, but it's going to be it's going to be tough for them. It's going to be tough. Don, can you send that link to my Facebook? I want to take a look at that. Bubble fatigue. It's got to start getting tiring for some of these guys to. I mean, they're here for one mission. It's to win the Stanley Cup, and that's it. But there's no family. There's no freedom or anything really to do what they want to do. It's got to be getting tough for them. I'd imagine.
Well, at some point, I believe it is. I mean, at some point. We're all human being, right? I mean, even like confinement got to us. I don't know about the U.S., but I know in Canada, I mean, it got to people. Mm. So I can't imagine. And they're in pretty competitive, I mean, environment. Right. And I understand they're pros, but they have nothing to shake off a loss.
Exactly.
They have it in their face all the time. So yeah.
They walk away. They had the common areas where the teams would collect and enjoy themselves. But now with less teams, there's less hotels, less people around, less of an escape, so to say. Flyers only have 5 shots on goal as of right now. Not a really impressive stat. Not something I think Flyers fans are happy about. Josh, am I right about that?
Not even a little bit. 5 shots on goal in the first
big shot. Knocked down.
Just abominable.
It'll take them some time. AV was the coach of the Rangers, and he was the coach of the Canadiens. I mean, he's been pretty consistent with his coaching style, and he knows how to get his team ready. I have no doubt that the Flyers are going to find the little peak hole and just full power forward.
You know what? I believe that if the team that they had last round was more talented, they might not have been in the second round. I mean, they had great hockey games for most of them, but I believe the Flyers had some unstable thing where you have games they play like Stanley Cup contenders, and the next one they play like they're in the AHL, so you're not too sure about that. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I mean, it's kind of what I saw from my.
Look, if they're gonna put that much credit into Carter Hart, then they're gonna have to make sure they understand that Carter Hart is still a young man, and he doesn't have the maturity of a seasoned goalie. And if he's gonna have a crack, it's probably gonna be fairly detrimental. So, and to that extent, this is. I mean, we talk about Varley covered it up. Buck was just sitting there. We talk about coaching styles and things like that, but AV. You know, he had Henrik Lundqvist when he was in New York. He had Roberto Luongo when he was in Vancouver. So it's not like he has somebody that, I mean, of course he can count on Carter Hart, but it's just I don't know. It's just a different tournament right now. So all the stuff that I'm saying about history and historical kind of things, I don't even know how much validity they have. I wonder who Darren's talking to right now.
I was thinking
he's talking to. What is he ordering? No, I'm going to say he's talking to a client. I think he's in real estate. He used to be in radio. He made the wise move, Josh. He left and made all kinds of money.
He did.
Urologist.
Come on, Aaron. Come on. One thing I did like, though, from the end of the end of the first period that the Flyers did, there was that scrum where Voracek came in and he kind of pushed Matt Martin around, but it was right after Matt Martin really crashed the net hard.
Thank you.
And I like seeing the team be like as physical as they can in front of Carter Hart and letting other teams know you're not coming in here, but also letting Carter know, hey, dude, we got your back, man. No one is coming near you, and I think that can only provide a shot of energy and confidence for Hart. Darren, who are you talking to?
The real microphone?
Oh, my construction manager. We had to tell a buyer to F off today.
I thought it was a client. Aaron thought it was a urologist.
My urologist?
That's what Aaron said.
Oh, to remove a testicle?
Well, you want that cup. You got to do something.
The cup's on the table for you, man.
If there was a guarantee, I'd be on a phone call right now with the urologist.
What a tip there in front.
Oh, let me get synced up. Where you at?
I'm at 15:04, 3, 2,
I'm at
1.
55.
Keep going.
15:54.
59.
Yeah, I'm ahead of y'all. So if they score, I'm going to know before you.
It's all good. I like the
keep going on the thing.
49, 48, 47, 6, 45, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1440.
We're sick now. Cool.
You good? All right. Perfect.
I mean, I can pause mine if I have to, but
Yeah, you're good. If you want to give a quick pause play, it's all right. If you're a couple seconds ahead, it's definitely not going to be I
was trying to think of like what we'd give up, and there's a lot I would give up. I really would. All this shit is all just material, But a Stanley Cup, like you can't buy that.
But that's what's weird about it is not a material thing, but it comes and it goes, and I guess it lasts for you forever. But it really is truly a memory that you have forever. It's not. There's not really many. Well, I mean, I guess you could get shirts, and the ring, the what do they call it? Not authentic, a replica ring, but it's the memory. Yeah, there's Petey. I told you, Josh, you'd hear Petey in the background here.
Yep.
I was hearing Brian Trottier talk about it like a long time ago, but that he was going like that's it's all about a split second. He goes that split second where actually he was saying that split second where you become a champion officially.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, that's the most intense split second of your life.
I'll bet.
Goes, it's all, and he goes, it's all the memories of your parents driving you to the rink and all those sacrifices you've done. He goes, once the Stanley Cup is up in the air, it's still nice, but it's not that split second anymore.
Yeah.
And think about the sacrifices we make. I mean, I'm wearing the same shorts and underwear from the Capitals clincher.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You have any superstitions going, Joe?
The last time the Islanders won the cup.
What'd you say?
I said I thought you were going to say you're wearing the same one from the last time the Islanders won a cup.
Dude, I'd be in a diaper.
Right. I just didn't know where you were going with it. I just that's where my mind goes.
Do you have any superstitions, Josh?
I've had this conversation so many times with people that like I always think no matter what I do, not going to affect what happens on that ice or that field or that court. And but here I am wearing the shirt I've been wearing the entire playoffs for the last 8 years. Clearly, it's not helping.
Yeah, but
I really don't have
players though, like playoff beards.
Yeah, no playoff beard for either one of you guys.
But
I'm
talking about the players.
The playoff beard in August is harder than the playoff beard in June, so it's a little hotter now than it normally is during the playoffs. So
yeah, fair.
Yeah, but I don't have any superstitions. Not really. I just hope they don't lose. I don't know.
The first year that the first beginning of season that me and Elise had after we met had to be. So it was 15-16 season, and I thought I'd be cute, and I ordered a collar for Petey, a Rangers collar. I ordered a magnet that I went down early and put on her car that said, "My dog is a New York Rangers fan." Rangers ended up losing like 5 games in a row. He has never worn that collar since.
I like that. That's awesome.
Never. I don't want to blame him because I'll blame the superstitions. I have superstitions that I utilize, and I am quick to blame them if things go sour. So Elise has been wearing the same Islanders shirt. Oh, she's not wearing it tonight though. So I guess that speaks volumes about her superstitions. I got 13:04, 3, 2, 1, 13 minutes here. Second period. The Islanders hold a 1-0 lead over the Flyers. Flyers starting to get their shot count up. Only 12 still. The Islanders have 15 through about period and a half of play.
It was better than 5, so I'll take those 7.
A lot
You
better.
know what? You're talking about like superstitions. I mean, I had a superstition to put my Montreal Canadiens jersey back in the drawer in April for the last 5 years.
Is that what that is? Is that your get your juju started for the next season?
Exactly. I mean,
Away?
I hope that they do something. I mean,
No, they got to.
I have an old Islanders jersey that's signed by Tommy Sallow.
Tommy Sallow. Wow.
That's how far back that goes. Yeah.
He was a fisherman goalie during the fisherman times.
Yeah.
Was it a fisherman sweater or is it the regular Irish?
No, I never got on board with the Fisherman Fish Sticks logo.
that was the ugly one, right?
It was the worst ever. I
do have to tell you, Josh, as much as I'm programmed to not like the Flyers or the orange or anything,
Yeah.
I still think the Flyers have a logo that's one of the more iconic logos in hockey.
Timeless. It's never changed. It's never changed. They're
Never.
one of the few sports franchises that have never, ever changed. I mean, the style of it has changed, but the overall of what it is has never changed. They've never gotten an alternate one. They've literally, that's it. And I respect that.
So the black wasn't an alternate?
The black jersey is, but the actual logo itself.
The logo itself, yeah. Oh, bars out? No. Big save,
the
Hart.
flying puck, as they call it, has always been their logo. But the color of their jerseys, well, that's a different story. I mean, they've had black, white, and orange for years, but the actual logo of itself never changed. It's never ever changed.
I mean, speaking of terrible logos, though, I mean, Lady Liberty was terrible.
The one on the Rangers one.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all.
Terrible.
Man,
Terrible jersey.
No.
And
I'm not a fan of it because if they could have integrated the Rangers font, that's fine. But they had this new. It just didn't have. Look, if you're an original 6 team, you got to have you got to stay true to the original 6. Like Toronto went back to an original kind of logo. The butt, Petey, what? What are you barking about? Huh? You want to get on the stream? Huh? Okay. Do it yourself. Guys, I got to point out, it came out earlier today, and this is quite impressive. The 5th straight week, the league has recorded 0 COVID cases in the bubbles, 4,600 tests.
Wow.
4,600.
That's terrific.
Yep. These bubbles work. The bubbles work.
NFL is going to be in a bubble. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to have to be in a bubble. They have
Where are
to.
they going to
Talk about this. They can't.
So I want to hear I've thought about
that. Let's hear it.
And I'm not being biased because of my cities. I'm just thinking of location. Hang on.
Carter.
Sure. Just wanted to watch that before I started talking.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
So you have stadiums like Baltimore and Washington that are very close to each other, 40 minutes apart. You have New York and Philadelphia, which are only 80 minutes apart, 70 minutes. It's not far between, the Meadowlands and Philadelphia. I would say Pittsburgh and Philly, but that's 4 hours.
Yeah.
LA only has one. Dallas only has one. And I don't even think one, like there's no cities that are as close together as the NFC East. Like I don't think there's any stadiums that are that close. So take something like either Baltimore, Washington, or Washington, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Philadelphia, whatever, Philadelphia, New York. Even if you took 3 of those stadiums and make those hubs, other than you might have to redo your schedule, but
you will. You'd
Well,
have to.
That's the key, is that it's not the proximity of the stadiums, it's the schedule.
Right, because football, they play once a week. It's not like baseball where they play every day, or hockey where they play every other day.
Right.
So I like baseball. Baseball should have been in a bubble to begin with, and equal to you with Josh with
well,
not
I
to be
use
over here, but
of the stadiums in the event that, for example, you had to go between Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington, so you could still play your division games and you can still play your your intra-league games, so you could still get what you needed done. But
where would the teams be, like the hotels? So they wouldn't. I mean, it would be harder. See, the way the hockey bubble is, they got the two bubbles, and the rinks are very close proximity to the hotels. Like their hotels are a walking distance.
Well,
with the NBA, everything is on Disney property, so you got three venues.
The hardest part is that they need a full season versus playoffs. There's less going on between the NHL and the NBA than the NFL. Now, you could do it where you have two stadiums and one's NFC and one's AFC, and you only play your conference this year. And let's make it true Super Bowl. The winner of the NFC plays the winner of the AFC. And that's that. Don't necessarily do playoffs. Don't necessarily do your typical playoffs. Maybe you do. Maybe you keep doing your playoffs within your conference, but you never play the AFC teams during the year, and you stay in your bubble. And look, maybe you have 2 games a day, and maybe you do it Wednesday through Sunday, and maybe certain teams only. And I know it's harder because it's one game a week. Maybe only certain teams play on Wednesday, only certain teams play on Thursday, only certain teams play on Friday. Fridays only for the East, and Thursdays for the South, or whatever. And
whoever has to figure that out, I feel bad for them. That's a lot of division right there. That's a lot of mathematical division to figure that out.
Definitely. And then you have to worry about not getting, because they play the once a week, and then you're talking about, if one of the teams have to play Sunday and then Wednesday. And of course you want to try to alleviate that, and you probably can, but it's still, like a place like, I know that you said LA wouldn't work, but LA has the Rose Bowl, and they have,
they have more than one
building. They have, frequency of venues. So like with baseball, I think baseball missed the mark. They should have been in a bubble also, and they should have been down here at Disney, because Wide World of Sports has 5 professional fields. 5.
Or even if you did it in Tampa or Clearwater or one of those spring training sites that has more than one stadium,
Yeah, but if you, like with Disney, they have the 5 fields, right? So you could run a noon, a 4, and an 8 game in essence every day. You'd have to have rules for extra innings and everything, so you didn't have spillover like the NHL had with the Tampa and Columbus series last week. But you'd have 5 fields, 3 games a day. That's 15 games a day. That's 30 teams. Everybody can play every single day. With the NFL, it's harder because you play once a week. You just don't play the frequency of games, and the field demands are. The field demands, I think, are also come into play.
I mean that once a week.
That's a good point. You can't re-turf. It would have to be artificial turf.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because the grass
ground crew out there every 3 hours fixing up the field for the next game.
Because if you could use any field, you'd have, like, even here in Orlando, you have Bright House Stadium, you have Exploria Stadium where the soccer is, you've got the Citrus Bowl. You've got venues in Tampa. You got the old, the sombreros out there still, I think. And then you also have Raymond James. I don't know. Is the sombrero still standing out there in Tampa? I couldn't tell you. But I don't know. I think the hardest thing the NFL is going to have to deal with is they're going to let fans in there. And I just don't think that people understand the magnitude of, okay, we're going to just go 25%. Well, 25%
still
is a lot. Thousands of people. And when you're talking about all these people leaving, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about people when they're sitting. The safe part is going to be when people are actually in their seats. I'm talking about going to the bathrooms. I'm talking about the queue to get into the building. I'm talking about the queue to get a beer or go to the bathroom, or, wanting to just get up and leave your seat. You're not going to be able to do all of that. But hey, they're going to try to do what they can with the NFL, because they definitely need that ticket revenue, because their viewership's down. It's been down
without their fans in the stands this year. Their viewership's going to have to go up. It has to go up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's going to. I already watch every game at home, Now add in the 70,000 people that aren't going every week, and they're
Right.
watching at home, and all the season ticket holders who have to watch at home.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Aaron's got a good point. If you do DC, you get DC, Baltimore, College Park, Townsend. Also, Audi
And
Field.
you have Audi Field where the soccer team plays here in DC as well.
Yeah. Yep.
But you can actually do that in Philly too. They have what do you call it? Franklin Field, where the Eagles used to play at Penn. They have they have the link, and then they have whatever Talon Field. I don't know what it's called now, but wherever the soccer team plays. So it's doable in major cities. I think around here, having Baltimore, Washington, plus your Audi Field, plus your college stadiums, it could work. There's enough around here that it could work. That's what I was saying. Dual cities like that. Oh, Temple. Right? Well, no, Temple plays at the link. They don't have their own field.
Well, then in that case, you could do an East Coast and a West Coast, and then that would actually alleviate the stress a little bit. Because if you're able to play, or even if it's just AFC and NFC, if you have an AFC hub and an NFC hub,
that's what I was saying. And have a true NFC versus AFC, and they never touch each other until the Super Bowl. Yeah, I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I think this is. We've talked a lot about this over the course of the last 24 days. That maybe. I was right there in front. I got 5:30 on the dot right now, and I got it in his $528 stop. They'll have a TV timeout. Even talking about it, just
about NFL.
Go ahead, so
the amount of players and the amount of people. I mean, can you also imagine having to have hotels for those guys? And what would be the conditions of those hubs? I mean, if you need to be isolated every time, do they move you in at the start of the season? Let's give a ballpark 50 guys per team. Minimum.
53 is the right NFL roster is 53 guys.
And you're gonna have all the guys that you're gonna have on your reserve team in case there's an injury or something like that. So put 70 players around with the playing ones and the one. Man, that's how many hotels do you need to actually get all those people in?
I think it's just too complicated for football to be in a bubble. There's too much.
It's just a lot.
It is. It's a lot to do. And the rescheduling of the schedule is going to. At this point, we're 20 days away from the season, 15 days away from the season starting. I mean,
I think it's going to be a disaster. I think it's going to be worse than baseball. I mean, you're seeing baseball games get canceled, postponed.
Yeah,
football's going to be way worse.
Yeah.
And what happens when one game is postponed? That's 1/16 of your entire season. I mean,
right. And when do you make that game up? Where can you fit in the scheduling? Yeah.
Right.
What I was saying is, we've talked a lot about it. I know, Sil, you've been on the conversation, and I'm sure, Darren, you've heard it. But it's 2020. It might be time for us to start to look at how we consume and how our sports get played. I love this tournament. I wouldn't mind seeing this tournament every single year. I wouldn't mind a 40-game interconference schedule, I would like to see the other teams during the course of the year. I would like to see an abbreviated schedule, and then let's let 24 teams get involved with the chase for the cup. I think this is fantastic. So maybe football, maybe it's time where they have to start looking at, no, you know what? We're going to play round robin in your division, and the two winners are going to come out, and then we're going to take those 8 teams from each conference, and we're going to have a 16-team tournament. It's going to run over the course of 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it is. And I mean, I know it's different, and that scares people, but it's 2020. There's so much money to be made from everybody. There's also a lot of money that people spend on sports. You don't need to, if you are a season ticket holder for an NHL team, you're paying for 41 games. That's a lot for most people. That's a lot. So it's just time for us to start looking at these things differently. I think baseball, 162 games. Why do you need that? Play 60 games, get yourself seated, get your team together, and then let the losers play in their own bracket or their own kind of an area to, I don't know.
That would be the Mets bracket if it was the losers.
The Mets bracket, right. The Mets and Jets bracket. That's what that would be.
Totally would be that bracket. Baseball, 162 games is too much. It's just so stupid. And that was all about money, them extending the season to begin with.
But with the amount of money you pay those guys today, Like, I mean, I'm looking at like the salaries in baseball, which is, according to me, the most ridiculous ones you can find in professional sports. I mean, aside from soccer in Europe, I mean, which is an old different ball game. But I mean, as far as like North American sports, if you pay a guy $35 million a season, you generate that revenue. So basically, right now it's all about like, okay, 162 games will cover whatever you're paying.
Right.
That's mainly it. I mean, cut it to 100. The guy that actually don't have enough money to pay the guy that does 35,000, because you have all the other guys that are in the back. So it's all about revenue. I mean, that's really what it is. I mean,
and I'm sure the athletes are not like chomping at the bit to give up any of their salary, but in reality, like, why does Connor McDavid need to make $12 million a year or whatever it is? You know, like,
but at least the NHL has a salary cap.
Yeah,
so there's more parity in the NHL.
Yeah,
in evenness, so to speak, where you're not just going to see the Rangers or the big market teams win every year because of money, like the Yankees.
Right. Yeah.
So I think it has the most parity in any sport.
3:46 here. The Islanders are up 1-0. Guys, I don't know about you, but as I feared, this has been a muddy, boring, fairly defensive game with a couple of little scrums in front of the net, and
I knew it was going to be a low-scoring contest between these two. Yeah.
Eastern Conference games.
It sucks now, man. The Eastern Conference used to be run and gun. And now, I mean, after what happened, I'd mentioned earlier, Grubauer is out for the Avs, and so is Eric Johnson. That's going to hurt them. But I mean, they still scored 8 goals in their game the other night. Jim Rutherford said there's a very good chance the Penguins trade Jari or Murray. Shocking. Nobody is surprised about that one.
You have a grasp of the obvious.
You know what I was looking at today? There was like, journalists in Montreal always looking for the little thing.
Yeah.
There's an actual rumor that came out of left field that the Montreal Canadiens would give up Max Domi, Ryan Poehling, and their first draft round pick in 2020 for Johnny Gaudreau.
What?
So, yeah, that's a rumor, right? It comes out from someone who is actually not involved with the Montreal Canadiens, but it's a journalist, right?
Uh-huh.
And now they're looking at all the other things, and they said that on social media, Max Domi and Ryan Poehling today removed their actual Montreal Canadiens type of identifier.
Right.
So once again, journalists are looking at it where Max Domi used to be like M Domi Montreal, and now he's just M Domi. So then it just fuels the actual thing about it. So that was the last rumor coming out of left field.
That's definitely out of left field. There's another rumor I was talking about this earlier pertaining to the Bolts. Oh, here's a name that everybody on this stream, maybe not you still, but Mike Calta. That's a name that most broadcasters are familiar with in the United States, especially down in Tampa. He tweeted 2 hours ago, after last night's loss, it gets worse. I'm hearing Steve Stamkos has left the bubble and is headed home. He re-injured his groin and will not be back. So that's Mike Calta. So I don't take responsibility for anything he says, but he did tweet that. So that's interesting. That hurts the Bolts big time if that's true. Big time. This has been a snoozer of a game, Josh.
It really has. I was expecting, 4-4 at the end of the first.
I know.
I mean, look, at least it's not 5-0 the way Montreal handled the Flyers, but
true.
Geez.
Yeah, you were saying that. If it's 4-0 after the first and the Flyers won't win, the Flyers still have a chance to win this game.
It's got to score one more time. There's still 23 minutes left in the game.
Yep.
Plenty of time.
Rob Craver left. Craver, you not feeling 5 overtimes tonight?
Screw Barry.
Josh, you know what? We can talk about actually like Montreal Canadiens being 5-0 over the Flyers, but who's playing hockey right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
I mean,
Don, the money. Sorry, Sil.
Oh, go ahead.
Don Money passed this on from the ESPN senior NBA reporter. NBA told teams plans to remain and start on June. Level of confidence that, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. Like the Solar Bears, again, ECHL hockey, there is no TV money. Your ticket sales and your merch and your concessions are your revenue. So you need to be playing. So my guess is, especially for that, the ECHL will start without fans, and then every month or every quarter, they'll start to open it up with hopes that by the time you get to the playoffs, you just open up full bowl and you can have whoever you want. I think the NHL is going to try to do the same thing.
But you know what? Although all those teams being affiliates to an NHL team at some point, I think right now it would be nice that the NHL team turns around and actually finance their actual like ECHL team in a sense where actually, you know what? Montreal Canadiens don't make the playoff. They make money. I mean, regardless.
Yep.
I mean, so we understand that the revenue in the ACHL are not the same, and also, I mean, the salaries are not the same.
No, they're not the same at all. I mean, the guys make a couple $100 a week and like a food gift certificate and an apartment and a trade apartment.
Exactly. So, I mean, those guys are there for occupation. I mean, but then again, if you don't have the ACHL, you don't have the AHL, and so on. Right now, I would definitely the NHL should actually go. NHL teams that have ECHL affiliate should be actually putting money on them just for them to survive. I mean, that's the way I see it. You're frozen.
Freaking spec. All right, we're back. I'm back. Everybody good? Okay.
My neighbor behind me was a Washington Redskins cheerleader back in the 90s. And she made $25 a game.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
$25 a game? That's it?
Yeah. Yeah. They made more money doing like appearances and whatnot, like going to bars and Hooters and such, but for the game itself. Oh my God.
I'm ahead of you. I'm ahead of you.
And now Barzy. Oh. They're just, I mean, both teams are playing the forecheck to a T. 20 seconds left here, second period.
Nope, it's not going to happen.
Well, that shot by Green earlier was a bullet.
Dude. If I was to tell you that Andy Green would be the goal scorer in this game, you wouldn't even know who he was.
So still no Boychuk, man. I'm really surprised.
I don't think they're rushing him back.
Yeah.
You know? Nice. At the end of the second period, it's 1-0 Islanders still. As NBC is saying, Philly puts on the pressure, but they still have not found a goal. But Carter Hart's played pretty well. Got to give it to Varlamov as well. Both players keeping their team here.
I think that Philly finally found their replacement to Bernie Parent. Even though it took 45 years,
took long enough.
They finally found him.
Are you you're high on Carter Hart, Josh?
I am. I grew up. I grew up hearing the stories of Bernie Perron. I met him a couple of times, and he's a fantastic human being. But nobody ever came close to him. Hextall was my man for years. Pelle Lindbergh, unfortunately, passed away, and they've not had anybody since. And that's, I think it's the curse of Pelle Lindbergh, to be honest with you. I think whatever Pelle did, that's why the Flyers just never, ever had a goalie. And for some reason, I don't know if it just, if Ed Snyder passed away and Bobby Clark and Ron Hextall aren't running that team anymore, and now here comes Carter Hart.
Yep.
And he's doing the thing. He's doing the thing.
He's special, dude.
He is.
He is going to be, he's going to be Carey. I think, don't take offense to this, Sil, and I won't just throw Carey's name out there, but I think he's along the same lines of Carey Price.
Oh, definitely. But then again, he has a team in front of him, right?
Sure.
I mean, that's what Carey has been missing for a long time.
Yeah, he definitely has.
And I mean, good for Philly if they finally Like it's a 45-year hunt that they got into. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and I remember reading that when the actual head coach back in the days of the Flyers was saying, "What's your system?" He said, "Bernard Parent is my system." So right now, I mean, knowing that, it's about time, and they had like a great succession of players.
Yeah. I was reading some of the roster from the Flyers early from the last Cup. They've had a lot of good players. Hopefully you start turning around now. You got some good youth and some promising goaltending. Doesn't help us tonight though. We're watching pretty much a snoozer. What if we stretch our legs here before we come back for the third period? Guaranteed.
Yeah, my Wingstop wings just showed up. Perfect timing.
Wingstop wings, dude. I've never eaten Wingstop.
You don't have Wingstop down there?
We have them. I've never tried them. Do they bread their wings?
I don't know.
You don't know? Have you never had them before?
No, I don't think they're not breaded. No, you know who's got the best breaded wings? Gators Dockside, man. I miss Gators Dockside. Do you remember me and you used to go to 25-cent wing night?
They never did 25-cent wing night, but they did all you could eat wings on Monday night, and we definitely killed it a couple times. Definitely.
I thought it was 25-cent wing night.
No, they were all you could eat wings on Monday night.
Okay. Yeah, we'd go and we would kill it. It was phenomenal.
Amen. I haven't done that for a while. Heartburn started catching up to me there.
Well, I'm gonna go eat, and I'll see you in the third period, boys.
Come back in the third period with you guys, and hopefully we'll have some excitement. All right. Let's get some stats up on the screen here. Josh, I appreciate you joining with us.
It's all good. It's all good. I just wish the Flyers would score.
I know. Well, we'll see what happens here. If you know, a game like this, when things are starting to be against the wall, one goal can open up the can of worms.
Right.
So we'll
That's
see
right.
what we can get here. But
right.
in the meantime, I'll throw some stats up for everybody. Don't forget, it's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at HockeyNowNet. That's the handle, twitch.tv/HockeyNowNetwork. Andrew, if you will.
Hit that subscribe button and smash that like button and do that.
And make sure you join us back here for the third period. It's Hockey Now Network, watching together. Getting ready to come back here for the third period. Flyers and Islanders in what's been a muddy, boring, very defensive game. I mean that with all respect to both teams. It's just been lackluster. It's just been lackluster, boring hockey to watch. But it's playoff hockey nonetheless. I shouldn't say it's boring. I mean, I can watch I'm more than happy watching a defensive hockey game. It's just that, you know, like for the playoffs, you want to see a little bit more than the muddy hockey. Just because, you know, it's prime time. Show the sport off to the people, not have a snoozer like Aaron says. Hockey Now Net, that's the handle for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Any love that you can offer would be fantastic. Twitch.tv/Hockey Now Network. I'm going to take those stats off of the screen because it looks like we're getting ready to get back to action here. We heard from, well, see, that's what I was just about to say, Aaron. Avs Stars should be a little more interesting later on, but the Avs are going to be without Philip Grubauer and Eric Johnson. So we'll see what kind of effect that has on the team and what kind of effect it has on that team's ability to stop goals from being scored and also at the same time score those goals. So we'll see what happens. Nathan McKinnon didn't really show up for that first game from what I recall. So hopefully he'll find his game as well. Let's see here. It's 1-0 Islanders. We are on track for a Josh. I think we're going to have overtime hockey here tonight. That's my prediction.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
Overtime hockey, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. And we're into the third period right now as we speak.
I don't know if you can see that. It is that little sliver on that TV behind me. That is the game, but it's not enough. It'll get you in trouble, so don't worry.
Excellent. As long as there's no logo, actually. So I guess. Oh no. Okay. So there's no logo, so I can't see a logo. So I'm good.
Technically, the NBC logo is there. Technically,
is that the NBC? Wait, is that the NBC logo, or was that the? It looked like that was the Islanders logo. Regardless, Islanders are.
Yeah, it's the bug. Yeah, it was the bug.
Yeah, Islanders are 5-0 when they lead to start the third period. Darren is still eating his wings, but I see Sil is back with us. What do you think? The Avs are going to have some trouble without Grubauer. So,
well, for sure. I mean, he's been like solid from the start of the playoffs. So, I mean, who's the number 2? Actually, do we even know?
Yeah, it's. I had trouble saying his name, and I closed the window. Of course, it's Francouz. Yeah, Pavel Francouz. Yeah. So Francouz. Is that Suze or Soz? Francouz or Soz?
Francouz.
That should be Francouz.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, what? I heard that grunt. What flavor wings did you eat, Darren?
I got 5 of them. Mango habanero.
Dude, you have wing lips right now.
I do, right? Mango habanero and original hot. They're good, but they're not. I mean, Gators Dockside. I miss Gators Dockside so much.
Yeah.
They're
still pretty good. We've gotten takeout a couple times through quarantine.
Those breaded wings are just to die for.
Well, you definitely have wing lips. I could see the I could see the glisten from the hot sauce around the outsides of your lips.
Oh, that's sexy, Darren.
Thank you. A phone dropped in between my couch, and now I have to find it.
What fell? A wing fell in between your couch?
No, my phone fell between the couch.
Let's all call Darren for a vibrating show between the couch.
Yeah, here, call your phone. Josh, I know it's not hockey related, but when did you start in radio?
I originally started 1997. I was an intern for Y100 in Philadelphia.
Really nice.
Which was the modern rock station at the time.
Sure.
That was my summer gig. And that following summer, one of the other companies in Philadelphia flipped their classical format to what was known at the time as modern AC, which was kind of like alternative light. Chick rock and 80s new wave. Like, I loved the format. It was my favorite format I ever worked in. And they hired me as their very first intern / part-timer / street team / t-shirt person, whatever, board op, you name it. And that was 97. So that's, you all right, Darren?
I'm looking for my damn phone.
Yeah, what are you taking your couch apart over there?
I can't find it.
You want me to call it?
Yeah, call it.
Okay. I didn't want that to be the answer, but I guess that can work. Let's see here.
What? Are we synced up?
Yeah. Well, we're at 7. I can't find my phone, but damn it, if we're not synced up,
I just need to be synced up. Don't worry about my phone. I'm going to trade it in for a Stanley Cup anyway.
That's right. You've sacrificed it already for a Stanley Cup. Okay, so let's go back to here.
It's in the netherworld now.
I might give up sex the rest of my life for it.
Come on now.
I think I would.
All right, phone's coming through.
Oh, damn it!
Did you find it? Whoa. Still, if I'm not mistaken, still, that looks like Too Good for Ottawa JG Pajot.
I don't know if he's cheering that he found his phone or that they scored. I don't know which one it is. Can't tell.
Buddy.
Wow, what a play. Those are the ones you got to convert on. Still, he was too good for Ottawa, right? He was too good for Ottawa.
All right.
Yeah, and he's even better with the Isles, so that's okay.
I know. God, what did they give up for him? I've forgotten all of the trades that happened before the cut down.
A third.
What's that?
A first, a second, and a third.
For Pajot, really?
Uh-huh.
I looked that up.
I seriously thought you put that sound effect on for me finding my phone.
No, dude. I don't play
you.
around with the whole sounder, dude. I don't mess around with sound effects, okay?
Yeah, it's gonna be 3-0 now.
Oh no, big stop there.
Sorry, I'm
Let
sorry.
me sync up with you. Where are you at?
I'm at 16, 22, 21, 16, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. I'll count you down to 16 minutes on the clock.
Keep counting. Keep counting.
Yep.
I'll sync up with you.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 16 minutes on the clock. 59, 58, 57, 56, 15, 55. And a stop. 56 and a stoppage of play.
I think I'm synced up now.
No, Darren, I don't mess around with sound effects, okay?
Yeah, I wouldn't think you would, and that's why I was like, there's no way he's playing that because I found my phone.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess around with that. You got all the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, dude, do you have the boo?
No, I don't have that one. I have the I have the
Yep. Oh, you can't not have an air horn, dude. You can't not have an air horn. I don't have as many sound effects as I wanted to, but I find that job.
I have
Because fuck them, that's why.
Oh! Oh!
hey, hockey language.
You going to work in pop copy?
Yep, that's it. Very good.
Tell them
Very
anything. Why? Because that's
Excellent.
why.
Wow, what a great audience.
What a great
What?
skit.
And I have a hockey horn, but I won't play a hockey horn.
Barry Trots looks like a guy you don't want to pick a fight with, doesn't he?
Well, kind of. He's short. He's small. So
Yeah.
maybe I wouldn't be afraid.
So he probably has a lot of backup.
Yeah, exactly. Got a lot of backup in a Napoleon complex.
You suck cock.
Whoa. Jesus God. Whoa.
That wasn't me.
What are you
Who was that? Was that you?
Oh my
What are you
God.
doing?
Still's watching Snapshot.
What are you doing? Whoa, language.
That's a great movie, though, Slap. Great movie.
Jeez.
I pressed on something and yeah.
Yeah, I think you did.
Sure.
You got to remember, still, this was a 7:00 game tonight. We're not in Safe Harbor right now. We're still
52 minutes away.
for real. If it wasn't for the fact that that's from the finest hockey movie ever, it might be a worse situation.
Well, no,
Man.
it's on cable, so I think he's all right. It's on cable.
True story. My God.
FCC doesn't regulate cable. It's fine.
Dunlop, you suck. All I can get. Come on. That was the work of the big man upstairs, so you know that.
Of course it was.
Oh my God. Where did you start radio when you did radio? West Palm?
West Palm Beach, Florida.
Yeah.
Or Planet Radio 92.1 was the rock station down there. Didn't last very long. 103.1, The Buzz, kind of
Yep.
survived over us. But yeah, man. and then went up to Orlando, and Pat Lynch gave me a shot.
Yep.
The rest is history.
I was telling Elise about because you were just commenting. I mean, I'm sure it's because you're an Islander fan, but she was just commenting on how funny you were.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, that was an area right there. Yikes! That looked like it came off an Islander stick. But I was telling her about our Hurricane Charlie broadcast, and the kid. I don't know if you remember this, but the kid that called in the middle of the night, and he's like, "Yeah, man, we're doing good. I got plenty of toilet
paper, paper towels."
It's funny to think about because now toilet paper's been such a big thing with the COVID, and we were making fun of that kid, but he said like every other word. I don't know.
Word.
I gotta find that audio and play it for everybody.
I think I have it. Actually,
I have it.
You would have it. You would have it over me.
Yeah, I got all of it. I got too much.
You know, I hope I can meet you. You know, we were supposed to come down to Orlando this November, but that's been canceled now. But you know, I'm hoping we can still make it down there, bring the kid to Disney, and meet you guys.
Yeah,
I had really good fun with your wife. I'm looking forward to meeting her.
Yeah, we'd love it. We would love it. Of course, you guys will enjoy it a little bit more if something exciting happens in the next couple of weeks. But let's just talk about right now.
Let's talk about it now. One game at a time.
See, I don't think the Fly. I mean, I don't think this is a game at the end of. If the Flyers don't win, it's not a matter of them losing this game. It's just a tight game, and the Islanders took advantage. Excuse me, that's disgusting. Very professional here, Josh. I'm very professional.
Game 1 and game 3 are going to be your most critical games.
Try to keep the well. I mean, yes, but I don't know. I mean, playoff hockey is taking advantage of the mistakes, and that's what just happened in that Pajot goal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference maker. And like I said, it doesn't provide for very exciting hockey for the average hockey fan. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't see it was that close.
That was a poster right there.
Whoa.
I saw during the intermission, I don't know if you guys saw, but they were talking to Gabe Landeskog about what Colorado has to do tonight to even their series.
Dallas, man, they look good, huh?
They looked real good. Colorado's going to be hurting if they don't have their goaltender, and if they're down one of their main defensemen, they're going to put a lot of stress on Cale Makar on that first line D pair, and that's going to be hard for Colorado to rely on him. I mean, called a trophy candidate, the whole nine, but still, that's a lot to ask of anybody, especially in the playoffs. But Dallas is just so big right now. I feel like Jamie Benn just gets bigger every time I see him on TV.
I'm going to lose a lot of friends down here. If it's an Islanders-Dallas series, I'm going to lose a lot of friends.
Yeah. You got a lot of Cap. You must have a lot of Caps fans where you are, Josh.
I do. One of my good friends. He's a huge Caps fan. Fun fact: we said about 14 years ago when we met, we both, you have that conversation with your friends the first time you meet them. Oh, where are you from? What do you do? What do you like? And he says Caps fan. I said I'm a Flyers fan. He said he's a Ravens fan. I said I'm an Eagles fan. And we joked about how the Caps don't have a Stanley Cup and the Eagles don't have a Super Bowl. And I said, well, my guess is they're going to win it on the same year. And what do you know? They did. They did. 4 months apart from each other.
That's great.
So it was actually really cool. I've watched his teams win championships with him 2 out of 3 times. I saw one Ravens win and the Caps win with him. We were actually at the Capital One Arena for the watch party when the Caps won in Vegas. And let me tell you something. I didn't get to I wasn't in Philadelphia when the Phillies won the World Series. I was in Philadelphia when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and it was awesome.
Oh, that must have been.
DC when the Caps won the Stanley Cup was bedlam. I have never seen Chinatown and that area of DC in the 15 years I've lived here be that nuts, and it was awesome.
Must have been electric.
I didn't care. Like, whatever. Cool, the Caps won. That was awesome. Didn't matter to me, but just being a part of that and being in the middle of it was just seeing these people waiting so long for a championship. I felt what they were feeling. I knew what they were feeling. It didn't matter if it was a Stanley Cup or not. I felt it.
Well, even the fact that it is the cup and you as a hockey fan know what that means, you can assume how exciting it is for them.
I can.
Yeah,
And
for
then
sure.
I got to see the cup. The cup came to my office, and,
That's cool.
and it was really.
Did it?
Let me see if I can find that. I want to see if I can find that picture. Hang on.
Yeah, if you got that, you could show us. I'll tell you, I'll admit something to everybody here in the room, but when we had the ECHL All-Star game in Orlando, they brought the cup down. I did not go anywhere near it.
No.
I've only been in proximity to the Stanley Cup once in my life, and it was when Marc Messier held it right here. So I told them, like, oh, you don't want to go get a picture or nothing? I'm like, if the Rangers win it again, I'll go to the conference center on Route 17 in Paramus where they're selling bootleg T-shirts and they have the Stanley Cup making an appearance, and I'll go get a picture taken. Otherwise, that's my superstition. Just keep me away from that thing until the Rangers win it.
My best friend who's a Flyers fan just texted. I don't know if you can see that. We look tired.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus!
Jeez. Anders Lee, how does that feel, Caps fan?
It was our captain
Yikes.
from Barzell. Barzell
Wow.
and Eve back to
Literally.
back to Lee.
Wow, that was a
Bing
great
bang boom.
But that's a result of the Flyers need to score a goal. So they had to open up a little bit, and the Islanders came back the other way. How
The Coneheads line.
easily the tide can turn in a hockey game. How easily it can turn. That second goal with the nail in the coffin.
Can I have a piece of birthday cake? The Islanders are up 3-0.
What kind of birthday cake are we having tonight?
Chocolate.
Certainly not humble cake.
Oh,
No, that's humble pie. Damn it! I screwed the joke up.
I got it.
God damn it!
That was a perfect.
Anyway, I was trying to show my picture, and then I jinxed it. So I don't know. If
No,
you
you got to show it now. You got to.
hang on. Let me do this. Hang on.
Fucking Darren.
Let me close this.
I love it. And on your birthday, nonetheless.
All right, let me see if I can do this. Tell me if you can do this. Here we go. Application window and share.
There it is. Add the stream. Oh, nice.
oh wow, nice! You just jinxed it for yourself.
Eh,
Stop it. Shut up.
I didn't.
Come on.
Technically, I did not touch it. You see, my hand is not touching it. It's
There.
it's
You
my
lean-
shirt that's touching it.
It's debatable.
And I'm not really touching it. It's an illusion. My arm's not really on it.
It's an optical.
It's behind it. It's behind it. It's behind it. I swear to God.
You've seen the cup, Sil. Have you seen the cup?
I did.
Yeah.
I did in Toronto at the Hockey Hall of Fame.
At the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Yep. See, I would see the cup if it was at the Hall of Fame. I just couldn't see it outside of the Hall of Fame unless what's his name? Phil. What's his last name? They keep it Pritchett.
That's big.
I can't comment, but MD referee, answer his question. Yes.
Yeah. Did they bring that in for
They
Elliot?
brought it in for Elliot. Yes, it was
Nice,
brought in for Elliot. Elliot got a ring. Actually, the whole morning show got a ring. And Alan May was there, and they did this whole thing with the Caps when they won the championship. It was awesome. Elliot was in the parade down in DC, and it was awesome. It really was cool to be there.
Yeah.
The day, after they won, because that morning, he comes on the air at 5:48, and he came on, and you felt what he felt that morning. And I'm not even a fan of the team, and I was so happy. I was so happy. It was a great feeling.
I'm sure he was operating on adrenaline at that point.
He was. I mean, I don't remember where he was the night before. Yes, until 10 something. That's correct. That is correct.
Aaron, where did you say you were, Aaron? Just pop it in there in the comments. He's in Maryland.
I'll do it later.
Close to where you guys are. So
just to show my love. There you go. Show my love for DC 101.
Oh, nice.
This
Very
is,
cool.
Sweet.
flag.
Yeah. Josh was at DC 101, and The Philly station, 104.5?
Oh, 104.5 and Big 100 in DC as well.
Yeah.
One was a prominent feature in Private Parts.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Fun fact: a few years ago, 3 years ago this week, I did my kitty to my sister, and as I was shacked up in the hospital recovering, I just happened to put on one of the channels. I was using my Xfinity login, and I put on one of the channels, and Private Parts happened to come on right at that scene, right where he goes, and I got hired by an FM rock station, DC 101.
Nice.
It was awesome, and I love it.
It's a great time to put money towards the show. I know this guy. He's electric, super personality. I guarantee you can hire him. 2 full points. This guy must be hot. This guy is total personality.
Tell him, Fred.
What a great movie.
Great movie.
It really is. And you know, it's weird to think that it's almost 25 years old. It's
25 years old, John.
23 this year. Yeah, 23 this year.
Unbelievable. 97. Yeah.
Yep.
And what a great, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but he definitely, like, growing up in New York and listening to him on K-Rock and just, you know, the Channel 9 show and, you know, my pop listening to him on NBC, the whole nine. Like, I mean, he's still, you know, top of my radio inspiration. But my problem with, for a lot of guys, like, you know, he's radio inspiration to a lot of guys, but a lot of guys kind of took the TNA and the crude content as his as the inspiration from him. But for me, there's never been a better produced radio show than his. Like, between how, I mean, I love the fact that he runs his own board just right off the bat, you know. I mean, Fred's there hitting effects and beds and everything, but, like, that's one thing I can't understand about, like, talk radio shows, especially like you know, like on Real Radio down here in Orlando. Like, the hosts don't run their own shows, their own board. Like, you have no control over it at that point. You're more worried about what you're saying than putting on a show. And I don't know. I that's where my respect, the production value, that's where it comes from.
That was a good goal for Matty Barzell.
It was Anders Lee who scored that goal.
Oh, Kevin Hayes nearly just had a try.
No, he's not a bad guy. The orange guys are bad guys.
Hey. I'm going to report you for child abuse.
We call them traffic cones, Darren.
No. Yesterday you said the bad guys.
No, that was the
Germantown. Where's German?
Tampa Bay game.
Germantown is north of DC. It's CCC. We hired him first.
Yeah.
No, radio's still live. He said it's barely live anymore. No, we're live. EC 101's live every day.
Yeah.
We are live every day.
Do the whole day, like every day part?
Oh, no.
Overday's not live. Yeah. But yeah, we're live. Elliot's live. Jones is live. Klinger's live. Roach is live.
Yeah.
And on weekends, we're live. We're union too, so we have to be live. Really?
See, I've no experience with union radio at all. No union in Florida.
Yep. So we're live. I mean, there's some magic that's being done as we're working from home, but we're live.
Sure. Absolutely.
I'm not pulling the curtain back, but yeah.
So we've talked a couple times today, just, you know, about how we have rock background and stuff. But did you ever want to do sports broadcasting? Did you ever have an interest in doing sports?
I never really wanted to do it.
Hold on one second, Josh.
How did I miss that?
What the hell was that?
How did I miss that?
That was an awkward empty net goal with 7:39 left. What just happened here? So let's see it. Devin Tays gets it in the corner, and he just rolls it out and around.
Was it a delayed penalty? But no, it could have been, because
he wouldn't have, if he would have touched empty net, down.
Why was there an empty net?
Did AV pull the net?
Here, let me go back. Let's take a look. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
Someone rewind and find out what happened here. That's the strangest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It didn't say empty net. It didn't say empty net.
Well, Carter's back in there now. He went to the net for whatever reason.
I'm watching the other one here.
Jeez.
And hang on.
That would be crazy from AV to pull his goalie 7 minutes.
Right, so?
Was it because the face-off was
I mean, maybe, but I mean that's been the new thing in the league since Patrick Waugh did it with the Avalanche a couple years ago. Like, we're gonna lose 2-0 or 10-0. We're still gonna try to fight for a goal, and he pulled the goalie with 5.5 minutes left. Like, he wasn't afraid to do that. 4 minutes left in the game. Oh,
we scored again, buddy. We got 4 now.
Yay! And the bad guys just got 0.
That's right. The bad guys have 0.
And they're not.
What? Hey,
He's never gonna come back on with us if you keep treating him like that, Darren.
Ask Mom where my cake is.
The bad-
Listen, I have a lifetime supply of batteries, Darren. Right?
Ask Mom where if she can get me a piece of cake.
That's not where the cake. Here's my cake.
You got cake now, right?
He said okay.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, dude. Are they gonna? Oh, wait, dude. Can we sing "Happy Birthday" to you with your cake?
You have to pay the rights.
I do it new.
Oh, no, I think it's
Do we know what happened on that goal yet? Anybody rewind it?
I'm not gonna sing.
I'm getting to it. Hold on.
I'm not
It's
gonna
hard
sing
for me
Happy
to.
Birthday nude to you. It's not gonna happen. Sorry. 6, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 6:10 left here on the clock. Third period, the Islanders all of a sudden have a 4 lead.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, there were 6 guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
so they pulled.
It was better. There were 6 guys on the ice.
Net.
That's
That's it.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like Sil was saying, that's
There were 6
that's
guys.
got
Yep.
AV like 90 seconds. He's pretty religious with that.
That's who.
Wow.
Man, you know what? Between AV pulling out a guy like 7 minutes out. Wow.
That's
It
crazy.
was just odd. Normally it's up on the ticker or on the bug, and it wasn't up there. It was really weird.
Crazy. Crazy. That
Oh.
Who got it in the face? Who's that? Is that Derek Grant? Derek Grant took a puck up high there, it looks like.
Oh, jeez.
Walker. Yeah.
Bing bong. Bing bang bong.
Oh.
I
Margie's got to go.
don't care who you are. Next to a kick in the groin, a hockey puck to the face is just not something I can ever get used to watching. That's
You know what? I can't either.
You took a puck in the face.
I took a puck in the face.
Oh my God, from his own kid.
Thank you.
You most likely, like, I sent you that shot, so you still have that video somewhere.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got it. Dude, Rob, you disappeared and you come back. You guys are like a bold strategy card.
Can you get her out?
Happy
You just
birthday!
Thank
let's see this cake, Darren. Let's see this cake.
Little chocolate cake.
All right. Oh,
Happy birthday, Darren.
happy birthday, dude.
Thank you.
Chocolate cake. What you
It's going to be the first time in your lifetime, most likely, that you're watching a Stanley Cup game on your birthday.
Dude, you've never done this before,
I mean,
That's right.
right?
a guy born in January. You're on mute, Darren.
Yeah, you muted yourself, Darren.
Oh, good thing because I just yelled at my kid. But you're right. I've never had a hockey game on my birthday.
Happy birthday ever.
We've never had a hockey game on my birthday because it's August. I know.
When's your birthday, Josh?
October 6th.
Okay, so you're like right around opening night.
Yeah. Usually, it's usually that week.
Yeah.
And what about you, Brian?
What's that? Me? December 7th.
Oh, yeah. So that's why I get along with you. My wife was born on December 4th. So that's
Nice.
why I get along with you.
Sagittarius. Sagittariuses.
I don't know.
Yep.
I was born in June, so I'm okay.
I'm with you, Josh. I'm young. You got to be at the studio in the morning? You got to go to the station?
I get up at 3:30.
Do you really?
Yep.
How about that?
3:30.
That's too early. Oh, wait a minute. Flyers have a power play here.
Yep.
I missed out on that.
A Pico power play.
That's right. You know, one of my buddies that came on early on, he works for a company down here called OPAV, Flyer fan.
Yeah.
And I think he came on with me the first Flyers round robin game. And we ended up spending the whole like third period and most of after the game. He was telling me about the scoreboard at the arena at Wells Fargo, like how incredible it is now, and you can like morph real time, and it's like curved around, and it exposes different layers and all kinds of other crazy stuff. That building must be pretty sick. Do you get to a lot of games?
Well, not this year.
Right.
I try to. It's really hard because I can't go during the week, and the weekends it's just tough to go to games. Yeah. And it's really expensive now. It used to not be that expensive, but it's like, even if you just want to sit in the nosebleeds, you're paying almost $200, $150. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
It's expensive as Montreal, actually.
What's that?
Just as expensive as MSG or Montreal, where actually like tickets next to regular $500 a crack. I mean, and it's
well, it's cheaper for you to fly to Florida and go to a game in South Florida. I paid $13 per ticket for Leopard Bowl. Looks like some more penalty activity happening here.
And even for $13, it's empty.
What's that?
Even for $13 in Florida, it's empty.
Empty. Darren grew up down there and never went to Panthers games. Empty.
I went to Panthers games all the time.
Empty. $13.
You were telling us about getting like stuck in that area, right? Sleeping in a railway station, right?
You did. You did tell us that.
So you went at least one time.
I went all the time because we had press passes, so I would sit in the press box. But honestly, Panther fans are just brutal. They're the worst. They I remember it had to have been 98 or 99, and it was rule book night. They were giving out rule books.
Rule book night.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm coming from Long Island, I'm coming from Nassau Coliseum, where hockey's in our blood, and like I knew what icing was when I was 6, and they're giving adult people rule books for the night. And like it was graphic too. It was like one of those airplane things in the seat where it tells you what the signal is from the ref and all that. And I'm just like, this is pathetic.
Like a seatback card?
But I mean, I get it. I understand why they were doing it because they're trying to attract new fans. But
you were saying
there was a couple of good years. They had the Rocket. What was his name? Bush. Thank you. You tooted? Thank you.
Pavel Bure.
Yes, the Russian Rocket. That was exciting to see him.
Rob says, hey, man, sorry we have killer weather all year and didn't grow up with hockey.
Why?
My son wants you to know he tooted, by the way. He farted, my son.
Why are you saying that? Because thank you.
Oh, my God.
For tooting. I didn't say
Why don't you fart in everyone's face here?
Josh, you were saying that you don't know all the what rules? You said that earlier, but you don't know all the ruls. You know the rules.
That's what he thinks.
I know a lot of the rules. I don't know a lot of the penalty calls. I mean, I know enough. I know enough what's going on. I'm not completely oblivious.
You know what? In my books, the ref is always wrong. So who cares about a penalty, right? The ref is always wrong.
Yeah,
always.
Definitely.
Well, if you speak to my son, if you speak to Sam, the ref is always wrong.
Of course. That's the way it goes. Rob said the fart, Darren, your son's fart represents the Flyers' performance tonight. Can you guys?
No. Was his fart a wet fart, Darren, or was it just a regular fart? Because if it was a wet fart, that's the Flyers' performance.
No, it was a dry fart.
Yeah, that's get a little juice in there. Then we'll compare that to the way these guys played tonight.
After the Flyers had like 5 shots in the first half of the game, they now have 28 shots on goal.
Yeah.
Both teams.
Yeah, they have an empty netter they allowed an empty netter at.
He can come in here.
8:58 left in the game.
How stupid! How ridiculous was that? I'm just baffled. If it was any other coach than AV, I wouldn't be as surprised as I am about it. Just who he is, where he comes from, his theory of the game. Trust the process. That's got to be a new phrase that you've gotten used to in the last.
I never heard that one. Never heard that phrase here.
Trust the process.
process. Much different than process.
That's Alain Vigneault.
Yep.
Trust.
That's our AV. There he is.
We just have to trust the
Part is
process.
annoying though, because same thing at Dolphins games and Heat games. It's just an opportunity to be seen.
Right.
You know, like people would go to Panthers games in full suits and ties, and I know they're getting off work, but I'd go from work also, man, and I would have a jersey in my car or a T-shirt. It was just people would always be on their phones, even back then, man. They just don't respect hockey down there in some of the newer markets,
But it's weird because Tampa does. Tampa's got a great culture and a great fan base.
Because I'll tell you why. Because Tampa, they have the Bucks, and there's a passionate sports base down there already. And I don't lump Tampa into South Florida. South Florida is a whole nother. You have so many people coming in from everywhere, and I know Tampa's pretty transient as well on its own.
Yep.
But not as much as South Florida.
No. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. South Florida just rolls like that.
So I think you should move the team around, though. I mean, at some point, just pull the plug and get the Panthers to be somewhere else, or.
I wanted to see the Panthers in Orlando. We have a friggin' castle here. We have the best non-NHL rink in the continent, other than Videotron Center. Like Videotron's gorgeous. Amway is beautiful, and for hockey, oh my God! When we had the Lightning here. 18-19. So beginning of 2018-19 season, we had the Lightning and Panthers here for an exhibition, and it was a pretty packed house, but man, it was just great. The electricity in there. When we sell out a Solar Bears game, it's very exciting too. Granted, it's just the lower bowl, but I wanted the Panthers to come up here.
I need to come see that.
You will.
Orlando would be a better market for the Panthers. 100%.
Orlando? Yeah. Even just to have the built-in rivalry with Tampa,
mm-hmm.
And then the arena's right in downtown proper. There's no Robbie, I'm sorry I didn't jump in with you, man. Robbie was saying maybe the Islanders are really good, other than the Caps being just bad. I'm going to come to you, Don. Tell me when that's the game. The Islanders won.
Man, you look happy. Tell your face that you're happy about the Islanders win.
On my birthday, second longest shutout streak in Islanders playoff history.
Wow. Darren, congrats on winning the August 24th championship.
And unless he gives up the goal in 39 seconds of the first period.
I don't think he heard me, Brian.
I heard you.
Oh my God!
Congrats!
Wow!
Happy birthday, bud. That's my video. Okay?
It's just going one though. This is going to be a long series, and
yeah, I think it's going 7. It has to. There's
got to.
I don't.
5.
I don't think the Flyers are as bad as the Caps, but I definitely think the Islanders are that good after seeing this game. I think
they are from the beginning. Don't sleep on the Islanders. That's what a lot of people were saying, and I think that many people looked at the fact that they beat the Panthers and how bad the Panthers were in the qualifying round. They just had no business even being in the tournament at all. But they're just, I don't know. That guy right there that's throwing out knucks at his players, that guy is the reason. He is the reason.
You know what? One thing I've noticed with the Flyers from the start of playoffs is that they either play very good or they're just not there. Yeah. I mean, they're either going to destroy the opponent or, play a type of hockey that's going to actually keep the opponent away, or they're going to allow 5 goals to the Montreal Canadiens. That's what it is. It's kind of those unstable. That's
well, if you're gonna parting words, just a word of encouragement, Josh, is the last time the Flyers, in the last series when they put up a big goose egg like that, they put up a goose egg. They came back and shut out the opponent twice in a row. So. Nice.
This ain't over. This is going to be a long, hard series to win.
The Vigneault's not going to have his team roll over ever. They're never just going to roll over. So,
I got a bolt here. So
3:30 is early for you, bro. But thanks for jumping on, man.
Yep, and I'll be watching Wednesday at 3 p.m. If you want to do this, I'm all for it. I don't mind.
I'm in. I'm off on Wednesday. I'm definitely in.
So, are you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was thinking about that because I was either going to do the 3 o'clock game or do the 8 o'clock game, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just do both of them. But let's shoot for 3 then on Wednesday.
I'll try to sneak away from work a little earlier and come and join you guys. And you know what? I can tell you one thing. I'm the most neutral guy. I mean, I like neither of those teams, but it's hockey and it's you guys. So
still, honestly, the authenticity that you give the show with your accent alone is like that you're in Montreal and we have a true Canadian on the show. Like that's adds validity.
I was born in southern France. How am I Canadian?
Fair enough. At least, well, we have a French guy in Montreal, so it's close enough.
My cousins are from Nice, France.
Okay, I was born in Marseille, France.
Nice.
So,
Josh, I'll let you. You got to get up at 3:30.
Yeah.
So we'll let you cut out of here. But
No, it was a pleasure. This is great, and we'll do that again. Can I just play my hockey horn because I didn't get to hear it for the Flyers?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I don't know. I just found one, and that was the one that came.
Nice. You had the Flyers horn. Damn,
No, it's not the Flyers. It was just a random one. But
okay.
No, the Flyers one has like some weird behind it, and I'm just
what's the Flyers goal song?
I don't know. My buddy Reed is the my buddy. His name's Matt. He's the music director for the Flyers. So
nice. I wonder if he probably in the DJ group that I'm in, Sports DJs. Yeah.
It's very possible. Very, very possible. DJ Reed Streets is his name.
I got to do 5 Lightning games earlier this year. It was pretty friggin' epic. It's such a cool experience. And their boat horn is an actual horn that you have to hit. It's not just a button bar or anything like that. So
that's fantastic.
All right,
thank you, Brian. Appreciate having me on today.
Yeah,
dude. Josh, good to meet you. I'll see you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday, guys.
Awesome. Darren, you're out.
See you.
Happy birthday, bro.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. See you soon.
Be good.
Again.
Sil?
Yes, sir.
The Islanders look good. I think they played this the right way. They stayed patient, and then they took advantage of the mistakes. That Peugeot goal was, that was clutch. If he would have missed that, then the Flyers are probably winners right now, or we're in overtime.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? Both teams played good hockey.
Oh, my God. See what Petey said? Darren's son has the Flyers horn. Oh, my God. Yeah. Sil, that was at another boring Eastern Conference game. So I think what I'm going to do is put a bow on tonight's show and
watch the other game.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to sit on the couch and watch the other game and just look at Andy Green. Andy, how old is Andy freaking Green? I don't know if he's on your TV or not, but God, that is a fossil. He is 37 years old. My God. Man. He won a cup with the Devils, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And he's been all around the league,
Yeah. Where is awards and honors? I don't know if he won the cup with the Devils. When was the Devils' last cup? It was 2003. So, no, he wasn't there yet. Wait, was that when it was? I don't know. He's the second oldest Islander to score in a playoff game. Interesting. All right, so tomorrow, what am I going to do tomorrow? I'll tell you right now what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to do, I'm guessing it's Lightning Bruins at 8 o'clock or 7, whenever they go. Yep, Lightning Bruins, 7 o'clock. If you'd like.
I'll join.
Cool. Thanks, brother.
So talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good, man. Love seeing you.
Yeah, let's see you too.
Talk to you guys later. Hockey Now Net. That's the handle. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Aaron, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging. Love having you here, all you guys. Petey, I'll be right there. We'll go outside. Twitch.tv/Hockey Now Network. That's the Twitch channel. Would love some of the love that you have over there. If you haven't yet switched over to Twitch to view the show, that's probably the best way to do it. Rob, thanks for jumping in. I'm starting to get my acid reflux burps popping up here. So that means that I'll hit the out video and talk to you tomorrow. So let's do it.